Listen, I've spent the last 3 months dealing with broken TVs, terrible customer service, and repair nightmares that cost me thousands of dollars. What I discovered shocked me, and honestly, it might save you from making the same expensive mistakes I did. Some of the biggest TV brands you trust are actually the worst choices you can make right now in 2025. Before you spend your hard-earned money on your next TV, you need to hear this. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a like on this video, because this information could literally save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Drop a comment below and tell me which TV brand are you currently using, and have you faced any problems with it? I want to know your experience. Let me start with the brand that hurt me the most because I actually trusted them. Samsung used to be the gold standard. 6 years ago, if someone asked me what TV to buy, Samsung would be my first recommendation without hesitation. But something changed dramatically, and not for the better. About 6 years ago, Samsung started making design and manufacturing choices that completely tanked their reliability. I bought a Samsung QLED TV thinking I was getting premium quality, and within 18 months, the screen started flickering randomly. Some days it worked fine. Other days, it looked like a disco party I never signed up for. When I took it to a repair shop, the technician just shook his head. He told me Samsung TVs have become a nightmare to fix. They tape the backs instead of using screws, which means you can't open them without potentially destroying the entire unit. The components inside are crammed together in ways that make repairs nearly impossible. He said in his 20 years of fixing electronics, Samsung has become one of the brands he dreads working on. The kicker is that these problems typically show up right after the warranty expires, usually around the 2-year mark. Feels almost intentional. The failure rate for Samsung TVs is now around 20% within 5 years. That means 1 in 5 Samsung TVs will die before they hit their 5th birthday. Compare that to Sony or LG, where the failure rate is half that number. Samsung's customer service has also gone downhill fast. When I called them about my flickering screen, I spent 45 minutes on hold, got transferred 3 times, and was basically told nothing could be done unless I paid for an expensive repair that would cost almost as much as buying a new TV. Firmware updates that are supposed to fix problems often create new ones. My smart hub became slower and glitchier after every update until it was basically unusable. Now let's talk about TCL. I get it. TCL TVs are cheap, and when you're on a budget, that price tag looks really attractive. I bought one for my bedroom thinking it would be a decent secondary TV. Big mistake. TCL has a failure rate of 62% by year 3. Read that again. More than half of all TCL TVs will have major problems before they're even 3 years old. That's absolutely terrible. My TCL started having color banding issues within the first year. Certain scenes would have these weird stripes of different colors running across the screen. Watching a sunset looked like someone drew lines with a marker across my TV. The audio started dropping out randomly during shows. 1 second you're watching a movie, the next second there's complete silence for a few seconds, then the sound comes blasting back. It's incredibly annoying and ruins the whole viewing experience. The Roku integrated models seem to have the worst problems, but even the Google TV versions crash constantly. Apps freeze, the interface lags, and sometimes the TV just restarts itself in the middle of what you're watching. TCL also got hit with a lawsuit in 2024 for misleading marketing about their quantum LED technology. Turns out their quantum dot technology degrades super fast, so that amazing color you see in the store becomes washed out and dull within a year or two. Customer service with TCL is basically non-existent. Good luck getting someone helpful on the phone, and their return rate is around 35%, which tells you how many people regret buying them. Sure, You save money up front, but when your TV dies in 2 years and you have to buy another one, you're actually spending more in the long run. It's a false economy that ends up costing you more money and a lot of frustration. Vizio is another brand that's gone way downhill, especially after Walmart acquired them. The quality control just disappeared. I bought a Vizio M series for my living room, and within 18 months, the smart hub started freezing constantly. 55% of M series users report the same problem. You'd think that would be enough to force a recall, or at least a free fix. Vizio released a firmware update in 2025 that actually bricked thousands of TVs. People woke up one morning to completely dead TVs that wouldn't turn on. The update also caused remote control failures, where the remote just stopped working with the TV, and HDMI ports started having connection issues where devices wouldn't be recognized. The company's response has been pathetically slow and unhelpful. Another annoying thing about Vizio is the heavy advertising baked into their interface. You're bombarded with ads everywhere you look, which makes the user experience feel cheap and cluttered. Their soundbars often have pairing problems with their own TVs, which is ridiculous. You'd think a Vizio soundbar would work seamlessly with a Vizio TV, but that's not the reality. Consumer Reports actually removed their recommendation for Vizio in 2025 specifically because of reliability issues. When a major publication that tests products professionally tells you to avoid a brand, you should listen. Insignia is Best Buy's house brand, and it's basically the cheapest of the cheap. I bought one thinking it would be fine for a guest room, and I regretted it almost immediately. Some Insignia models have a defect rate of 72%. That's absolutely insane. Almost 3 out of every 4 TVs have problems. The most common issue is backlight bleeding, where light leaks through the edges and corners of the screen, creating bright spots that ruin dark scenes in movies. The Fire TV operating system that comes built in crashes constantly during streaming. You'll be in the middle of a show and suddenly everything freezes or the app closes by itself. In 2024, Insignia had to recall 300,000 units because the power supplies were literally exploding. That's not just inconvenient, that's dangerous. Imagine a TV in your kid's room that could potentially catch fire. The warranty support is terrible, and the viewing angles are so narrow that if you're not sitting directly in front of the TV, the picture looks washed out and distorted. Most Insignia TVs fail before they even reach 2 years of use. The customer support ratings are some of the lowest in the industry. You're basically buying a disposable TV that will end up in a landfill way sooner than it should, which is bad for your wallet and bad for the environment. Finally, let's talk about Westinghouse. This is a brand that used to mean quality and reliability decades ago, but now it's just a name slapped on cheap TVs made overseas with no quality control. Westinghouse has a 65% hardware failure rate within 24 months. 2 out of 3 TVs break before 2 years. Common issues include panels cracking spontaneously and HDR so dim it's useless. Android TV updates have bricked 18% of devices, leaving customers with dead TVs after routine updates. Audio distortion above half volume makes speakers sound torn apart, and repair costs often exceed buying a new budget TV. Sony makes excellent TVs with fantastic picture quality, but they're expensive with laggy smart interfaces and slow updates. Premium prices should mean premium everything. JVC and Hitachi also have inconsistent quality and poor satisfaction. Modern TVs from problematic brands are designed to be unrepairable after warranty, frustrating technicians nationwide. For reliability in 2025, choose LG or Sony despite higher costs. LG's OLED technology leads the industry with low failure rates, while Sony's picture processing is unmatched. On a budget, buy certified refurbished from reputable brands rather than new from problematic companies. Always purchase from retailers with strong return policies and consider extended warranties. Your TV is one of your most used devices. Saving a couple $100 isn't worth the frustration and eventual replacement costs. Research carefully. Read recent customer reviews, not just professional sites testing new units, and make informed decisions. Don't repeat my expensive mistakes. If this helped, like and subscribe for honest tech advice. Comment your experiences and share this to help others avoid bad purchases. Thanks for watching.